Have you ever been so tired that your bones ache, but you still get up for someone else? Now imagine it's 2 a.m., your clothes are soaked with engine grease, and all you want is sleep, but you answer a strange call because it might mean you can afford medicine for your mother. What if that one call, one late-night job, changes everything? This story will take you on a journey where a poor mechanic meets a lonely millionaire and what begins as a simple fix turns into a new beginning for both. Stay till the end, you'll want to see how it all unfolds. Amir had been fixing cars since he was 15. Not because he loved it, but because life gave him no other option. After his father died in a factory fire, Amir left school and started working full-time in a tiny corner garage in the poorer part of town. He was now 27, thin from hard work, with calloused hands and a face that carried years beyond his age. His mother, once vibrant, was now fragile from illness, and the pharmacy bill always came before his own needs. That night, it was raining. The kind of cold rain that seeps into your bones. Amir was locking up his garage after a long day when his old phone buzzed. It was a private number. He normally didn't answer unknown calls, but something told him to pick up. "Hello," he said wearily. A woman's voice, calm but shaky, replied, "Is this Amir? I was given your number. I need someone to fix a light. It's urgent. I'll pay you double, no, triple your rate. Please, it's in my bedroom. I can't sleep with it flickering like this." Amir hesitated. It was late. He was tired. But triple pay could cover the gas and groceries for the week. "Send me the address," he said finally. She did. And when he typed it into Google Maps, his eyebrows rose. It was one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the city, a gated estate with a name instead of a number. Rosehaven Manor. As he pulled up to the mansion on his battered motorbike, Amir felt completely out of place. The iron gates opened automatically, and the massive white house loomed in the night, lit like something out of a fairy tale. He parked beside a black Mercedes that probably cost more than he'd make in 5 years. Taking a breath, he adjusted his toolkit and knocked. The door creaked open on its own. "Hello," Amir called, stepping inside. His boots echoed against the marble floor. "I'm here to fix the light." No response. Then, from the top of the staircase, a soft voice drifted down. "Upstairs. Second room on the left." He followed the sound, climbing the grand staircase cautiously. The house was pristine, but cold. Lifeless. As if no one had truly lived in it for years. When he entered the bedroom, he saw her. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, wrapped in a long robe, her eyes red as if she'd been crying. Her hair was dark, falling over her shoulders, and she looked around 35. Beautiful, yes, but tired. The kind of tired that no amount of money could cure. The lamp beside her bed was flickering, casting broken shadows on the wall. Amir went straight to it and started working. Silence sat between them, thick and strange. Then she spoke. "I'm sorry for calling you this late," she said softly. I haven't been able to sleep in days. The flickering makes me feel like I'm going insane." "It's okay," Amir replied, not looking up. "I've had stranger jobs. At least this one's dry and indoors." She smiled faintly, and then her eyes lingered on his hands. "You work a lot." "I have to. My mom's sick. Medicine's not cheap, and the shop barely keeps the lights on." She nodded slowly, as if his words were familiar. "I used to have someone who took care of everything," she whispered. "Then I lost him. My husband. Heart attack. He was younger than me. Strong, healthy. It didn't make sense. One morning he kissed my forehead, said he'd be home for lunch, and he never came back." Amir paused. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "It was 2 years ago," she continued. "Since then, this house has been too quiet. Some nights, I just want to hear a human voice. That's why I called." He didn't know what to say to that. So he just nodded and kept fixing the light. When he finally finished, he turned to her. "It's done. Shouldn't flicker anymore." She looked at the lamp. Then at him. And then she whispered, barely audible, "Stay with me." He blinked. "What?" I know it sounds strange. But, not like that. Just, have a cup of tea with me. 5 minutes. Please. He hesitated. Then, something in her eyes, pure loneliness, made him sit. They went downstairs and sat in the massive kitchen. She made tea, her hands trembling slightly. They sat at the long wooden table, far too large for one person. She poured his tea and asked him about his life. And Amir, who rarely talked about himself, told her everything. About his father, his mother, the garage, the struggles. And she listened like no one ever had. In return, she told him her name. Maya. She talked about her husband, how they built their company from scratch. How money came, and friends disappeared. How wealth became a wall she couldn't escape. And how she'd trade every dollar just to have one more night with someone who truly cared. When the clock struck 4 a.m., Amir stood up. I should go. She walked him to the door. And as he stepped outside, she said, You're the first real person who's spoken to me in months. He gave her a half-smile. I'll come back if the light flickers again. She watched him disappear into the night. The next week, he got another call. This time, it was just to check something. Then again, 3 days later. Each time, she asked for small repairs, her garden light, the kitchen cabinet, the broken curtain rod. Each time, they shared tea and stories. And slowly, a bond grew. But not everyone approved. One evening, Maya's lawyer visited her and found Amir there. The next day, Amir's garage was vandalized. Someone spray-painted "Gold Digger" across the shutters. Rumors began to spread. People whispered. Maya's board members warned her to be careful of her image. Amir almost stopped coming. But Maya came to his garage instead. She stood there, outside the broken door, and said in front of everyone, You fixed my light when I needed help. Let me fix what they've broken. Together, they repaired the garage. She invested in his business, not as a gift, but a partnership. They created a small mechanic training center for struggling youth. A place for people like Amir to learn and grow. And as the city whispered behind their backs, they built something real. Epilogue. 2 years later, Amir and Maya run a community center together, half garage, half mentorship hub. Maya no longer hides in her mansion. She stands in grease-stained clothes, teaching young women how to use power tools. And every night, they sit together under a steady bedroom lamp that never flickers anymore. So to the one watching this video late at night, wondering if your kindness matters, it does. One small job, one simple act, can change everything. If this story moved you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs hope tonight. Because sometimes, even the smallest light in the dark can lead you home.